coming to vision.
Okay, so the next song on Guillotine 4 is The Visionaries. Please tell us the story behind this particular song. Any motives behind writing it?
I was fiddling around with my drum machine. That's where the big noise in Hero comes from, the so that was made on here, and I was fiddling around with it, and I kind of altered it in a different way that I thought was cool, and found a rhythm I thought was cool. And I liked it enough that I made it pretty much the whole song. It's just that
Yeah, it has a pretty great, like, more driving kind of stompy.
Yeah.
Beat.
So I will say this, when I was getting pretty close to recording the vocals for it, I had the notion that it maybe kind of sounded like something that already existed, and it does. It sounds a lot like I Am a God by Kanye West. I realize that now, but it was good enough that I said fuck it, and I just kept it. So anyways, The Visionaries deals with the question posed in Hero, which is, do you, Russ Vision, really want to be the savior figure that you initially thought you did? And the answer is no. We don't need that kind of saviorism. We don't need cult of personality, because top-down power structures are what we are fighting against and what need to be changed. Enough of us have died. I'm happy to be a source of inspiration, but I'd rather be part of the crowd. I'd rather be on equal footing with everyone else who is fighting to build a better society, and one with more equity. There's a certain feedback loop that comes with top-down power structures. Is you know, someone gets a lot of attention, and then they begin to feel worthy, and then worthiness becomes entitledness. Then that becomes something that is easily corruptible, and they begin to take advantage of people and use their status as a weapon.
Yeah, that's a really great point. Like, a lot of Euro-dominant societies, and probably many societies,
and many
especially ones that are patriarchally aligned.
Right, and a lot of non-European countries have sort of adopted this type of power structure because they want to be able to do business with and keep up with the West. And it's doesn't produce great results.
It's particularly interesting to note how like our society has like no nuanced dimmer switch between I am a qualified human being and I am a god.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
it's pretty wild.
So I wanted to kind of keep that and kind of invert the I am a godness that the Kanye riff kind of represented in the first place. You know, that mentality is kind of everywhere you go. And so I hope I never get arrested for the lyrics in this song because I say treason is the only sane response a lot toward the end. And I don't believe that that's something that people should take to heart at all.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons. I do not think that you should overthrow your government.
So that leads right into the next question, which is, how does that connect to guillotine as a concept? During which you should totally not use it to motivate overthrowing your government in any way.
Yeah. So, this is again a fantasy. This is the fictional part. I am not, as an individual, encouraging anyone to go out and overthrow their governments. But I fantasize it plenty. And I do feel like with the resources that are available and the interconnectedness of the way the world is now, through the internet, through endless means of international travel being relatively cheap, that the idea of borders seems a bit anti-human at this point. So I do repeat the phrase "one world, one vision," because I do want to push for a type of global equity somehow. I'm not sure what that looks like, but I do know that the rich white men keeping the current power structures in place, those top-down power structures in place, need to be put in check somehow, and new paradigms need to be imagined and put into place and thought out. And if that means rethinking legislative structure from the ground up, then that's what it means. There's a lot of hard work to be done, and I think we at least need to get started on it.